So unfortunately signal isn't great, so I can't do a live feed, but there's the parking lot. You'll come down this little walk here. It's, I don't know, less than a 5-minute walk to the where the courses will be set. But there's plenty of area here to run trail trucks and get cool scale shots. So I kind of just walk this little path, and then I'll at least be able to point to where the courses will be, because Facebook doesn't let you upload long videos, and signal is not good enough to do a live video. So you got plenty of hills for hill climbs here. But we'll walk. You can already see the dirt road there. As you can tell, we're already a minute in. So this walk is much shorter than the other park we were at, which is good. I think last one I said it was a 5-minute walk, and it was probably more of a 15-20 minute walk. I don't know if anybody was actually upset about that. If they were, sorry. But because there's like a field trip here with kids, I don't want to get too much video because I don't want to look like a weirdo. But basically, over in that area, the other side of the trees, over there, and roughly right about there is where class 1 courses will be set up. On top of the hill, yeah, on top of the hill over here is where class 2 is going to be. But it is just a short walk down this road. You can see where the hill was. Short walk to where the class 1 area is going to be. Basically, I'll kind of walk you through at least the area. I don't quite know where gates are going to be placed yet. Obviously the camp's not for a couple weeks. I'm just here scouting, making sure that everything is good. There's not too much foliage or anything like that, but super cool scale terrain down here. Rocks everywhere, which really make for cool pictures and stuff like that. This little area is pretty perfect for class 1. I mean, really for trail trucks, for anything. You got plenty of side hill climbs and all kinds of other cool stuff. So, yeah, as you can see, there is some marsh wetland area. Obviously, down there is a little bit wet. Not going to have anybody really going through water or mud. So at least that's not the plan. But let's move on. So to the left of the main path, this is going to be another area where another one of the class 1 courses, or maybe again, this is all pretty rough idea. As of right now, these are the 2 places where class 1 is going to be. Cool little hill climb, cool little scale terrain, plenty of loose rocks and dirt and stuff like that. Get to the top of this hill. Again, more rock. Some of this stuff might be a little unusable with all these little trees and stuff. I don't want to go pulling all that out. For obvious reasons, this is technically a nature preserve. We probably shouldn't be disturbing nature too much. But plenty of cool little rock features like this stuff. That'll make for fun little climbs. Kind of scattered all around. Like I said, this is going to be the other class 1 area. As you can see over there, that's where the other class 1 courses are going to be. Got this really cool rock down here, make for some fun breakovers possibly. Cool stuff over here. So plenty of cool little features, and I'll kind of show you some other parts of the park that are really just cool for trail trucks and other stuff. So this is coming from, if you walk down the main hill and go as far left as possible. It's kind of just a real simple path. Not going to have any courses back here just because it's going to be tough. It's going to be a bit hard to see, but just figured I'd show some of the stuff that's back here for anybody that wants to kind of do any kind of trails, any trail running. There's all kinds of these little pockets of just random rock that are pretty cool, that are a little bit off the beaten path, but some of them have actual pathways and trails to them. And then somewhere back here there's a pond too. But some of this stuff really makes for cool pictures. I brought my night runner to try to get some pictures and stuff like that, but the one time I didn't bring tools is the one time that something stupid would happen. So yeah, so much for that. But I'll just kind of show you some of the cool stuff that's back here. There's some cool little piles of rocks just everywhere, which make things pretty fun. Again, we're not going to be having courses all the way back here, but it does make for some fun trail runs. Get back to the main path over here. So we are still following this main pathway, basically just to kind of show that there is still some stuff back here. And again, this is perfect for hitting the trails with your tiny trucks. Kind of once you get back here, it does kind of start to go away from dirt. It's more just grass. But if I remember right, there's a cool little pond back here, and then a couple cool little scale hills that make things fun. Otherwise, there's obviously not much on either side once you really get back here. But again, more just fun with the trail trucks is what you can have back here. So here is the little pond, I guess you could call it. That is technically what it is. So yeah, again, following this main trail, main path, that's what kind of gets you back here. Kind of makes for cool pictures. Again, wish I had a truck to show some of these pictures, but yeah, you can get out. Maybe you brought a little boat with you or something, run it. Obviously it's not very big, but this little feature here is pretty cool. Kind of just scale a little hill with some rocks. I say scale, but it's obviously not here because of the tiny trucks. But you also kind of got a little scaled tree you can get pictures with, and plenty of little branches and twigs that kind of hold you up. But yeah, still can make for some fun, cool little pictures. Go all the way around. Really just a cool place to come hang out, hit the trails again if you want, or play on the rocks that are mainly all up front. But if we continue on with this path, it does basically do one big loop, which is pretty cool. Yeah. All right, so coming from the pond area, basically the trees, the path kind of turns into just simple, almost like a deer path. It's kind of small. It's not as maintained, I guess you could say, but it does bring you back. You got kind of cool little, if it rains, you got a little like stream here you can kind of cross. There's one of the rock piles I think I already showed you. And then there's some more rock piles over there. Beyond these hills here, these trees, there's actually some really cool hills, but they can be difficult to get to and difficult to climb, both for tiny trucks and for you as humans. But basically, this is where I showed you the little stream over here. There's the main path. This is basically where it reconnects. So this is where it pretty much does come loops back around, essentially, for the back part of the loop, or the back loop of the park, I guess you could say. But I'll kind of show you. There's some more rock piles. There's this crazy, I don't know, piece of concrete or what, but it's all pitted and looks crazy. Plenty of cool little just rock spots just to drive, have fun. We have gotten quite a bit of rain the past few days, so there's definitely some wet areas, but if you come here later in the year, more in the summer, then you shouldn't really have a problem, but you may run into areas being full of foliage, and greenery tends to grow more, so that's something to be mindful of if you come out here more in the summer. But now we're back on the main path, heading back to the entrance. So some of the cool things about this park is it does have all these little signs with information about the area, stuff about the marshlands and some of these rocks and boulders, which is pretty cool. This guy right here, it says the 2.4 billion year old Tillet boulder is the largest and perhaps oldest rock found at the Fox Science Preserve. And this thing is crazy looking. It's huge. It's massive. And it's got a good gloss to it, so if you do try to drive your tiny truck on it, it has like zero traction. But it's really kind of just cool. It's a big boulder. And those are always fun. There's not too many of them. So, yeah. And then right across from that is another pretty big boulder. This makes for some fun climbs with like your MOA and stuff. Outside of just kind of climbing on top of it, there's really not much else to really do with it. But it is right off the main path, and it's kind of just cool to check out. So, all right, so for reference, that is the hill that you come down from the parking lot. You follow this main path, and over there is the class 1 areas. Boom. So we're going to spin completely around, and class 2 courses are going to be up over this way. So kind of just walk the path here, and show you on top of at least one of the mountains where class 2 stuff is going to be. Pretty cool. You look to the left, look to the right, there's all kinds of these cool little hills with tiny little scale paths that are perfect for the tiny trucks. And if you hear the ground is wet, again, it has rained the past few days, but we're going to follow this little path up here. This is going to be, I don't know if we're going to actually have a course set up on this hill or not. As you can see, we'll kind of look around. Again, class 1 courses, entrance, and then the hill that we're on has rocks. Look at that. And then over there is for sure where one of the courses will be set. Might be both courses. Courses might be between here and there. We'll see. So if we kind of follow down, I mean, you got some rocks you can climb onto, stuff like this. There's little climbs, there's little V-notches. Let's try to go down here. This is actually a climb I was eyeballing. I think we'll be able to utilize this. This little rock here with this big rock, and have gates somewhere on here to make things super tricky. Might be class 3 just for being able to use 4-wheel steer and stuff, but we'll see. Again, you come over here, you got a sign, rocks everywhere. That is true. So this spot is pretty cool. Again, plenty of lines, plenty of opportunities to climb stuff. We'll kind of just show you around here. Some of this stuff is going to be tough with all the loose dirt and rock and whatnot. We definitely have plenty of room to run 2 10-gate courses up here, no problem. But again, who knows? We'll for sure have one. Some of these rocks can be real slick, so. Then, I mean, we got stuff over here going down. We got a little path over here. Considering time limit, we might not have necessarily courses that take you this far. Gates aren't going to be that spaced out just because not everybody runs 5,000 kV motors. But yeah, there's some cool little climbs over here you could play on. This little V-notch here is pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Kind of just drops you off on the other side, but it still makes for a fun little climb. As you can see, there's plenty of other little hills, and if you go straight across, there's some more rock. So these 2 hills that we were just on are going to be where the class 2 and class 3 are more than likely going to be. So yeah, should be fun.